Hey retro community, how are y'all doing? It is January and it is time for January pickups. First item is this giant box here, which is making a rattling sound, and I'm not confident that it was packaged correctly, unfortunately. So let's open up and make sure nothing was damaged. And let's see. Oh yeah, this was not packaged well at all. I picked up a lot of 3 broken Super Nintendos. There is no packaging in here whatsoever. Now, they were listed as not working and broken. I don't know if these chips or cracks are because of the bad shipping or if that's just how they were. I have to go back and look at the photos. But yeah, definitely gonna have to talk to the seller about that. I picked these up for probably more than I should have. Wasn't a bidding war with someone, got a little carried away. But I figured, you know what, this might be a nice little fun project to try and see if I can get even one of these working. It looks like they are complete otherwise. Going to go ahead and get them hooked up to a TV and see what works, what doesn't. All right, let's see if any of these work. We'll test them one by one, obviously. Just see if they boot up a game, controller input, video output, sound, and go from there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and plug the power in and see what happens. Power light, screen. See if there's any volume. So far, so good. Again, the picture quality is bad because of the adapter I'm using. It is not the console necessarily. Reset seems to work. Kind of wish this multi-cart had some sort of diagnostics on there, but because I'd like to be able to test all of the buttons. Let me see if I can find a game that uses all of them. Oh yeah, there it is. All right, let's see. Everything seems to be working. So this console, other than it having some scuffs and a couple of chips in the front here and needing some retro bright, seems to work just fine. Now, there could be issues inside, capacitor, resistors, who knows. So we'll have to take it apart to find out, but that's for a different video. Let's move on to the next console, see if that one works. Okay, this is the second one. A little bit of paint on there, slight crack here, but the shell is in a little bit better shape. Still severely yellowed, but that's probably to be expected. A little bit of rattling going around inside too, so I'm not sure if this one works or not, but we're gonna find out. Power light, no video. AV port is very loose though. But otherwise this one does not seem to read games. The cartridge connector is a little loose and it looks like someone broke off the tabs on the inside. Not sure if that's coming through on camera. But you usually do that to be able to play Japanese games on your North American console. Oh, the cartridge connector itself, definitely not going to get this on camera easily, but let's see if I can adjust the lighting. It's going to be hard to see, but some of the pins are definitely damaged. Which is one of the reasons why I'm using this multi-cart and not an actual legitimate cart, because I don't want to damage it. Doesn't seem to have done any damage to the card itself, but that'll have to be looked at. I think you can get replacement ones. We'll see. Let me move on to the third one. So with this third one, unfortunately, I can't even test it because the cartridge slot is damaged, which means I can't get a game in there. And the power switch itself also doesn't work, because the way the Super Nintendo's work is that when you flip the power switch, a piece of plastic would slide in original cartridges to prevent you from being able to pull the game out. Newer games, they got rid of that locking mechanism, and so I can't even test this one. Hopefully it works, and then I can just swap this out with the other shell and figure out what to do with it, but, well, whatever. Also, I contacted the eBay seller, haven't heard back yet. We'll see if I actually hear back or not. I will give you guys an update. Otherwise, on to the next item. And the next item is in this box here, which I'm also kind of concerned with, because if this is what I think it is, it's probably not much protection in there, although I'm really hoping that this time there's at least some packing material. Oh, and by the way, I reached out to the eBay seller that sold me those SNESs without any packing material at all. Have not heard back. It's been over a week. Time to leave some negative reviews, unfortunately. But let's continue on and get this open. All right. Let's see. Well, there is some packing material here. Not much, but it's better than nothing, I hope. Not sure how good this would do, but at least there's something. And what I did is I got a lot of motherboards. These are socket 7 boards. I've been trying to find some for a while that are at a decent price, and these were listed as for repair, but we'll see if there's actually anything wrong with them. I'll take them all out for now, and then we'll show them off after the fact, although I don't like that there was nothing in between these two here. And the reason for that is, as you can see here, this is one of the memory clips. Well, maybe not. Maybe you can't see because it's blurry. Fortunately, it doesn't look like it's actually cracked or anything. It just might have snapped off, so I might be able to pop it back in place. And then, of course, there's just a standoff, which who cares about that. But yeah, it looks like the only one that seems to be a standard one is this. I think it's from A-Open, based on the A over here, but it might not be. It's AT style with a PS2 connector, separate serial port header, a bunch of jumpers at the bottom there for voltages and clock speeds and all of that. It does support 2 types of RAM, which is nice, and it supports ATX power, which is going to be fantastic if this works. I do have an AT power supply in the NEC PC, but if I don't have to use that, then great. Looks like 5 PCI slots, 3 ISA slots. These 2 are kind of shared in terms of the expansion slot in the back. Everything looks like it's in good order, from what I can tell. You know where that one standoff goes. So there's this one. The other 3 are not that standard. It looks like they came out of some sort of OEM machines, just based on that. That is not ATX, so looks like this heatsink is a little loose, or possibly even these solder joints here. I need to take a look at that. It's got 1 RAM slot because it looks like it's got onboard RAM, video memory for the onboard S3 video, and socket 7. Only 1 PCI slot shared with this ISA slot, 2 more ISA slots. Not that it matters too much, but at least the batteries were all removed from these boards. AT style power supply. Not sure what system this would have come out of. Possibly a Compaq. I'm not sure why, but it kind of reminds me of a Compaq board. And I've got 2 more that are similar, if not identical. Oh, actually, on the side, I can probably tell. Yep, it's a Compaq CPQ. Compaq spare system board, 586, etc. This one would have been a 200 to 33 megahertz K6, so AMD. This one here, similar, but this one supports 233 MMX, so it's going to be Intel more than likely. Riser card, or, oh no, cache slot, sorry. Might be a burn mark, might be dirt. Capacitors look like they're in good shape on all of these at least. And the last one, again, it's going to be from the same type of systems. In fact, this one here is identical to the last board. Video out, serial parallel. 2 USB. These are going to be more than likely USB 1.0, 1.1. PS2 ports, onboard sound. So it's close to ATX, but it's not. Front panel connector is custom, so that's going to be fun trying to figure out what that is. But yeah, it should be interesting. We'll test these at some point, probably not in this video because I don't have everything I need to do so. But we'll do a video and test these out, see what they can do. Figure out what I can do as far as getting them installed in the case, or if these work, maybe I can flip them online, and I know that might need them for their compact system. I don't know, we'll see. Oh wait, I just noticed something. That RAM clip came from this specific board, and as you can see, it is just completely destroyed. I just noticed that the front panel connector is also a little crooked, although that could just be the plastic. So this board here is probably not going to be usable, at least in terms of expansion memory, unless I can get that glued back in somehow. The rest seem to be fine. So yeah, so that's this lot here. We'll take a look at them sometime in the future. On to the next item. And the next item I have to show off, it's already unpackaged because it came with a bunch of other stuff that are not channel related. But it's this PCI Express card. Now, this is just a generic box it's shipped in. The important thing is what's inside of this box. And that is this, quote-unquote, new ATI Rage XL PCI VGA card. Now, you might be asking, why am I showing this off? Why did I buy it? Well, it's going to go into my NEC Pentium PC. I've been trying for the longest time to find a affordable Voodoo 2 or 3 card, or a PowerVR 3D accelerator, and they are all just expensive. Now the PowerVR cards I kind of get because they're not as common and they're hard to come by, but I still don't understand why the Voodoo 1, 2, and 3 cards are so expensive since there's a ton of them out there. But whatever, I don't want to wait any longer, and I had stumbled across a video on YouTube from Phil's Computer Lab, and he discovered that they make still brand new Rage XL cards. Now, there's an asterisk there. While this is new, this is new, this is new, and these components here are new, including the crystal oscillator here, this is more than likely either a new old stock chip or it's pulled from a server motherboard. Could it be new old stock motherboard? It could have been one that was never put into production. Not sure. Or it could be just a used Rage chip. It's hard to say. There's also a lot less components on here than the original Rage cards had, but that's fine. That's besides the point. It's got 8 megs of VRAM, and it is part of the Mach 64 series of video cards that ATI released, which means that it should work with DOS, Windows 3.1, Windows 95, 98, etc. Especially since these were designed for 95, 98, and I believe Millennium Edition. Should also then work with Windows NT, I think 351, for sure NT4, Windows 2000. So, not sure when I'm going to show this off. I still have to do a proper follow-up to the NEC PC with the upgrades that I planned on doing, the VRAM, although this will negate that. But the cache, the Sound Blaster 32 card, reinstalling the original image onto a CF card, etc. Or I may show this off in a follow-up to my DOScember videos where I tried to get DOS games to work in various flavors of NT. One of the viewers commented that you know, hey, maybe it's just I forget the exact comment, but it was basically along the lines of, maybe you need a better video card and it'll work. So we'll give it a shot. One way or the other, you'll be seeing this at some point in the future. Let's move on to the next item. And the next items to show off are some retro games for handheld consoles. Let's take a look at them. First is WrestleMania Steel Cage Challenge for the Game Gear. I also have WWF Raw for the Game Gear, including plastic case. And then next pickup is Killer Instinct for the Game Boy / Super Game Boy. We'll take a look at that one in a little bit. All right, let's test Killer Instinct for the Game Boy / Super Game Boy using an actual Super Game Boy. Super Game Boy functionality seems to work. So yeah, so it seems to work just fine. Great. Let's move on to the next items. And the last item literally came in on the last day of January, is this package from Castlemania Games. Let's see what I got. And what I got was Mega Man: The Wily Wars for the Sega Genesis / Mega Drive. Now this is obviously a repro version, but it's an officially licensed repro version. And what's unique about it is that a physical release was never available in North America. There was one in Japan and other Asian regions, as well as Europe and other PAL regions, but never in North America. The only release we got here was on the Sega channel. It's a unique box because if you hold it at an angle, it kind of looks like this schematic design, but when you do it like that, it's Mega Man, and then again, schematics. The packaging is very, very nice, very premium. That's for sure. It also comes with a small pack of collector's cards. I'm not going to open any of this up in this pickups video. I'm going to do a separate review on this one probably soon, so keep an eye out for that. And that's everything for January. What did you guys think? Is anything that you liked? Anything you didn't like? If you have any suggestions for future pickups, let me know. Otherwise, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe, but there's never any obligation, although I do appreciate it. And if you didn't like the video, you know what to do. Hit the thumbs down button, but please leave a comment below as to why, so I can try to use that to help things going forward. Thanks all, and I will catch you later.